Hey buds, welcome back to Metables and welcome back to the next reaction of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I am hoping these next two episodes are significantly easier to digest or process or understand or just watch than the last two. Anyway, this is Birth of the Green. Birth of the Green. And I think we're officially halfway done with this part, which is shocking to me. I don't know why part 3 feels like it was so long ago. You know, I feel like we reacted to part 3 last year, but also last year felt like it was like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It just feels like we've been on this journey, but these last two parts, I blinked and they were fucking gone. Anyway. Ah, yes.
彼は今眠っている状態です。英単語も30ほど覚えました。しかし自分の名前が空城城太郎であることは。
It's kind of nice that they keep his, like, wouldn't you think that if you're being tested on and kept alive, you would wear something a little bit more accessible? Doesn't even seem appropriate that I say that. You know, because they have this giant tube connected to his belly. They still have his, like, shoes on. He has, like, his cargo pants, it looks like, or some shit like that. You know, wouldn't you think he'd be wearing, like, sweatpants or, like, a gown or something? And then the hat. We still have the ripped hat hair thing going on. I guess they're like, hey, just leave him as is. It's fine. We'll just work around it. It's what we would have wanted. Doctor! Interesting. What the fuck? Like, I understand it's probably like a reflection, like not a reflection, a reaction thing, where, like, you know, the stand senses him, and, you know, he has the right to defend himself, all that kind of shit. You have the right to defend yourself. You know, no, it's more like you know, like it will react if something senses danger or something in his personal space. You know what I mean? But then when he broke that thing, it cut Jolene into his arm.
Jolene?
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. Noわけないよな.
Interesting. Were they both in the same pose?
Yeah. Noわけないよな.
I mean, not far off. If not exactly.
お前のことはいつだって大切に思っていた。
Yeah, it is a hard situation because, like, I understand both of their perspectives, and that's usually the best type of storytelling that you can do against, like, two different versions of, like, a good and bad. You know what I mean? To the point where, like, yeah, he was a shitty father because he was absent and stuff like that, but also he was, like, he did care for you. He really couldn't be there, right? Where, like, he was off doing other shit. I still don't remember really the timeline on when this all happened, but I just assumed that, like, he had his reason for not being there. And I'm sure, like, I don't know if he just didn't like writing letters or text messaging didn't exist or he didn't want to call her or whatever it is. There had to have been some kind of explanation for it. But, you know, I'm just going to, like, she understands that he cared, and there must have been something, like, she now gets a glimpse of what the world is like, you know, and this is just within the last few days, months, weeks. The timeline's always kind of wonky. But anyway, like, it's cool.
あの人は私が生まれる前からいろんなものを守ってきた。私のそばにいなかったのも今ここで起きているみたいなことに。
That's exactly what we were just fucking talking about. Isn't it crazy how that happens?
だって彼女をこの腕で受け止めるからだ。
No way.
は？
ジョリーンはさっき俺が彼女を守ったことを理解していないかも。
That's toxic, dude. You're putting her in a bad situation so you can look better yourself. This is not the way to show that you love somebody, bitch. Why don't you just walk next to her? You know, just in case. Or, I don't know, don't fucking trip a woman on the stairs to try to, like, what? If you miss, only bad shit will happen because of it, okay? Do not do that.
ジョリーンと結婚する。お前はそれに協力する。お前は約束を破るや。
Alright, she said she would give you her blessing. We didn't talk about facilitating, tripping the bride in question.
Jolyne! 小男だわ！小男がいた！上階から私たちを覗いていた！あれ！ 手に骨を握っている。
I'm gonna hope that's not his actual skin, and I'm gonna hope he's like fucking shedding or something. That was a clean. I thought she fucking nailed her, which it looked like it, but also it could have been like the right time where she like grappled. Ugh. What is with the body horror in this season, this part? I understand the show has always had some kind of gross effects to the body, but I feel like this is just relentless. I don't want to see bubbly spines. Ever. Or say it again. Fuck. What? How do you react to this? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? It reminds me of Made in Abyss a little bit. You got teeth on your tree. That's cool. Still doing tongue stuff. Shouldn't say it like that.
みんな集まって戦い。
Oh, what the fuck? What?
なんだ。
I was gonna say popcorn because it looked like a little bag of popcorn, and then the second I said pop, so he did. So he did. Okay. We are barely 10 minutes into this episode. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. And they are all... Oh my god. This is awesome. It is really weird. But like, this is a very unique aesthetic. If you walked into into a room like this in any game or form of media, you're like, what the fuck is happening? This is very interesting. And they all look like giant hands and arms that they're growing out of, right? My arm's not that thick. But anyway.
こっちを振り向くんだ。
何？
They had us all worked up for nothing. She is extremely...
おい！何やってる！
Like, there's not a lot of people I would let handle my face like that. Okay? I'm a pretty friendly guy. But I'm not gonna let just someone walk up to me and just start, like, analyzing my face, I think. Well, it really depends. I'm sure there's a few people that can get away with it. But it could be biases. Can we talk about... Okay. Now I'm a little worried again. Anyway. Can we talk about the harrowing, hollowing, whatever definition we want to use of this doom, 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 whatever it is. I don't remember the beat exactly, but like, it's perfect. It is exactly what this place feels like, where you're walking into like a, what the fuck is happening here? What's going on with these bodies? Why is everything deformed? What's like, am I in date? Like, it's mysterious and it's almost horror-esque, but it's got the perfect mix of both, where it's not like an overwhelming, like, orchestra thing. It's just like a doom, 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 almost like carousel-esque.
どうやらあの骨に触れてしまったのね。
Interesting.
それよりこうなった以上、私から離れた方がいい。あんたまで感染するかも。
Oh. What the fuck? Oh. This is quite a fucking shot. This is, like, it's weird how, like, I know we're paused, but, like, she's been very good at just letting this guy, like, be fucking weird around her. And it just makes me uncomfortable. What do you mean you're gonna start sucking? I'm not gonna say anything else.
星の形なんだこのあざみたいなものは
What the fuck?
その奥に何か透けて見えるぞ子供
A baby. What the fuck? Alright. Okay. Let's think about this a little bit. That's definitely a Joestar baby if it's born with a star, right? Dio had a Joestar body. It could be something related to Dio. Or it could come from Jolene, because Jolene is here right now, and when it like attached to her, or when it was planted inside of her, they used DNA to get her. So, what the fuck? What do I do with it? I don't know what to do with this information. Everything is so wild right now.
緑色の
It's a little green. Oh, this is you. Yo Ma. Stand Master D and G. Well, Jolene doesn't start with D and G. D could be Dio. And then G can be Giovanna. I don't know. But let's see. It's stats. Power C, okay. Speed D. Range A, okay. Durability A, sure. You also look like Frankenstein, but you almost look like. Wait a fucking second. That's like the other dude's helmet with the little dagger on top. So you think this is associated with him at all, or do you think it's really bone related? Also, wait, hold on. What is the prison gonna think about all this? They can't see stands, do they? So do they just see the bodies on the ground, or do they see like the whole tree portion of it? And and if that's the case, they're gonna walk in and be like, "What the fuck happened in here?" And then the priest will be like, "Oh, it's a curse. It's an exorcism thing I gotta do. If you guys leave, I can take care of this. Don't worry about it. I've done 1,000 of these things before. Trees and bodies. I came from that place. All right, so no problem here whatsoever."
知っているか人間の肋骨の数は12対24本男でも女でも背が高くても低くても違いはないんだいいぞさあ行け
なんだやっぱり敵じゃなかったのか
興味ないねどっちだろうと今
This guy does not give a fuck about personal space and boundaries, okay? If I'm like stressing out, if I'm drinking at the club and I'm crying for some reason, all right, and this 7-foot man would come up to me, he'd be like, "Hey," and he comes around me, puts his hand on my belly, and be like, "Did you know we have 24 ribs, men and women, no matter the size, we all share the same body anatomy. Now go." I probably would, in the moment, be like, "All right, I'll go." But then afterwards, once I like figured out what the fuck's going on, I'm like, "What the fuck was that? And why did he touch me? Why did he have to get behind me? What was that fact for? Don't come up to me caressing me and telling me fun facts." Well, it depends. Depends on the biases.
そこで何してるおい聞いてるんだぞ3人はどこだなぜお前は植物になっていない
What? This is enough. This is when he was talking about the ribcage thing, wasn't it? So did he feel that this guy had a double set of what? What? No, I don't. What? This is enough surprises. This episode was about the trees and baby green, little green. I am an adult.
ひどい目にあった。俺はサバイバーで仲間割れさせろってホワイトスネークに言われただけなのに。
What the fuck? Are you leaving these all around? Is that where I saw you from? When they first showed this little nervous system thing, that was your name, wasn't it? It was Guccio. Wasn't it? And I kind of caught it, but I didn't catch exactly. It's been weeks. Again, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm still like, hey, that set of letters in that formation looks a little familiar to me. Although I wish I remembered the entirety of it. It feels nice that my memory still kind of works to some capacity. Why he kind of thick though?
なんだこいつの体は。匂いが。
What? It looks like this image. This episode's. At least I don't really understand what's going on, but at least it's not aggressively confusing. But this picture alone, if you really look at this bitch, this is extremely inappropriate. I can't make that the thumbnail, can I? Oh man.
臭いぞ。くそ、中へ入っていけない。スタンドそれ自体を伝わってくる。
I wasn't expecting them to double down with that. I was just saying it looked bad. I'm gonna need a minute after this episode.
この椅子におかけください。私がお靴を磨きますよ、ペロペロ。
Stop, Jolene. We're gonna have to. What are you handing her? We're gonna have a long talk about just letting men or creatures do whatever they want to you.
どこかロックされているのか。
スロットルレバーでございます、旦那様。普通まずニュートラルの位置に。
You were just born. How are we at the end of the episode? What the fuck is going on? Why are we getting taught by a little army watermelon man how to take a boat fan? And we're back with this shit again with Kama Man.
骨は追跡するが放っておこう。何をしたいのか彼の骨に任せるのだ。そして私は空城城太郎の記憶と合わせて真実を突き止める。
I will combine it with Kujo Jotaro's memory, thus reaching the truth. How?
葉っぱを取ってですね、旦那様。
騒ぐなと言ってるだろうが、抜け咲く。
そうじゃなくてですね、葉を2つに折るんです。編むんです。立てかけるんです。
There is no way in hell you have enough time to make camouflage for this. They passed 10 seconds, they U-turned, they're on the way over another 10 seconds. You have 20 seconds to rip off 100 branches and fold them in half and put them accordingly to like this. But even then, if I saw ripples, I'd want to see what like made the ripples happen.
こいつは緑色の子供を奪って逃げるのだけが目的ではなかった。ゆっくりと攻撃してやがった。
どうかしたのか。ずいぶん呼吸が乱れてるな。
I love these little side frames here of this like weird love story interaction, because we've never had a background like this and colorful and vibrant until it's their little love story, which I love but also I don't love at the same time because it seems inappropriate at the time, and also he seems a little toxic. So I don't like both at the moment, but it's cute that it's just like new frame. Hey, we're in a little love story, slice of life, a little romance, and then back to getting poisoned and our tongue has holes in it now.
Jolene.
Get this fucking dude away from us. We're trying to work here. Also, this is an adorable little picture. Little chiropractor. Stuff never hurt anybody. A little adjustment.
やってみろ。攻撃してみろ。アナスイに気づかせなくては。
That's crazy. I kind of love the design. It's almost like robotic and zombie-esque, but his teeth are well taken care of. But it's like the drool and then like the it's a good idea. It's a really good idea.
それがこいつの能力。そして攻撃方法も分かった。カだ。
ジョリー、これは。
That is wild. And you still got it? That's fucked. Because that is such like a crazy powerful stand. If someone didn't catch on to this, it would keep like destroying everybody. You know, because it's like, oh, do you need help? I can do this. I can do this. I can help you here. I can do this. It's like, yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah. And the second you look away, just some bugs come by and then you're fucking dead. And then you're gone. That's crazy.
1枚とブロッコリー1束とヘビ。
4 fake strawberries? Why do you have fake strawberries?
よだれが。
いよいよまだ理解できませんか？私を破壊したり止めることは決してできません。お二人が唯一助かる道は私から。
Interesting. What a fun dynamic for a fight, though. I will say. I'm glad we left FF back there then, because I think she's our only hope to actually get rid of this fucking bitch. Excuse me. Because this guy is like, he's relentless. He's slow, but like he'll just keep following you and he'll help people, and you know he's your friend. He just also kills you at the same time.
ダイバーダウン。こいつの攻撃方法が何かなんてどうでもいい。こいつが完璧な自動追跡型スタンドというなら、こいつの頭の中にカエルを埋め込んで、その脳を追跡センサーにつない。
You were just able to do that. Okay. All right. I was gonna wait for some kind of explanation or something before I just started trying to figure something out. Because you do have the ability with Diver Down to go into the physicality. I didn't know if it counted as like a zipper world, which is I guess now what we call like just going through something. But also like if he goes through something, does that mean he goes through like every single cell of that thing? So that means he could interact with the tracking system in this dude's stand body and insert the frog into that DNA to reprogram it. You know? It's kind of, didn't think about it.
カエルの気持ちになって。
ありてー！お、カブトムシ。
あいつはもう放っといていい。傷の手当てには FF が必要だ。あとは奴が D&G を仕留めて戻るのを待つだけだ。
I liked this in the beginning. The first episode was fun. This episode's exhausting. All these fights, I feel like the fights are completely different in this part than they are, or at least that they feel compared to the other parts. Because the other ones, they feel like, this one feels like we more, again, try to understand the gimmick, and, I guess the other ones we also try to understand it. For some reason, they don't feel as much fights as in this one, as it is more puzzle solving and problem solving. And the other ones, it feels a little bit more physical, I guess, which is totally fine. And I think it's a good, there's probably a mix of both, you know, throughout all the seasons. It's just, so far, it's always like, I'm trying to figure out exactly what the fuck is happening. And I feel like we don't get those answers as quickly, or they don't make as much sense as they did in the other parts compared to this one, if that makes sense itself. You know, like the other one, I'm like, okay, what makes sense here? And I think we talked about this in the other episode as well. But I'm like, how does this make sense? And it just fucking doesn't. In this one, it's the spit and stuff like that, but there's just so much shit going on. So it's mind-boggling, which you guys did warn me about. But I'm just voicing my opinion and my ideas out here, which is all I can really do to get through this. Okay.
その脳天に FF 弾をぶち込んでやる。
What do you see?
あいつは確か教会士のプッチ神父。
Here we fucking go. All right, because I was gonna say again, why are we only using a pistol? And if he sees you, it sucks. But if he sees you, that means he can see Stans, and then you gotta get the fuck out of there.
ディオの骨が囚人どもを利用して私の想像を超える何かをやり始めたということだ。素晴らしい。
Alright, so that was the Dio's bone portion. Okay, we've just been dealing with a lot of bones. And again, I apologize that like I've been forgetting some stuff. It's been a hot minute since we got into it. But again, I didn't know Dio's bone had the effect of plants also. Alright, which also, is it even Dio's bone or was this Jonathan's bone? You know? So again, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, so do not mind me asking questions of being like, no, you saw this. Just reiterate, because there's a lot of shit going on and I was busy for a little bit, okay?
たものが天国なのだ。新しい世界が幕を開けたということ。
There's no way. Are you just carrying around a CD to just insert into people's heads to just listen to music? Can I take my Linkin Park CDs and just insert them into prisoners and just have them fucking bopping the entire time?
いいぞ。この感動を称えるのだ。ヘンデル作メサイア、最高の名演。
By the way, if you're curious, my favorite CD, my album from Linkin Park, Meteora. I know Hybrid Theory is a classic, but for Meteora for me, nothing compares to it.
あいつは帽子の下にあるあの顔は。
暗いな。
We might lose FF. Like now. And I don't want to. I love FF. But you were pulling like a fake gun on this dude, and like you didn't want to close the door?
私かそれとも D&G を仕留めることが先かね。
こいつプッチ神父。
There's no way. And there's no way she is making it out of this. At least we're on the other side of bars. But I'd be thankful. I would be thankful if she survived this encounter whatsoever.